As usual, guys, did you train today? We don't change. Always the same, pretty much the same time every day. I just don't. I try to be super consistent. You know, this thing is not moving the way I want it to move. Anyway, cool. Like this. Let's go, guys. Oh, what's happening? What is going on? Are you okay? Have you been training? Are you keeping it real? What are you doing? Are you playing? What's going on? Tell me. Yeah, that's what we're here for. You know, I had a beautiful day with the kids today. Today was holiday in Italy, and so no school for the kids. It was beautiful and sunny, and I trained this morning. I was very eager to train today after the little break because of the holidays, and I thought, I'll be honest with you, if you go look at yesterday live, I said that I was confident that I was going to have a great training day today because of the rest, because of everything. But actually, I was wrong. Obviously, always want to have that mindset, right? You're never going to hear me saying, oh, tomorrow I'm going to have a terrible session. No, I'm always going to say, tomorrow I'm going to have a great session. You know, I'm just going to have a positive mindset towards it, and then I just go with it. But I have to be honest, this morning I felt not my strongest. I'm not going to lie. Not my strongest, and I had to analyze it. And the reason being was that I did a crazy amount of cardio for my recent usual. Me and my wife, we went to Gaeta, and we walked for like 3 days in a row, and we averaged like 12K, so like 10 miles a day. So we walked like 30 miles like in 3 days. You know, you're like, hello, what's going on? Everything okay? Guys, please like and subscribe. I'm a trainer. I train people. I coach people. I love doing it. Bodybuilding, weight loss. I love everything. Body recomposition is my thing. So check me out. Like and subscribe and hear me. You know, stay for a minute and check if what I say makes sense. But anyway, we walked, right, a above average amount of miles for the recent times. We changed atmosphere, we changed temperature, humidity level, humidity percentage. Everything counts, you know. And I have to be honest, I felt kind of tired. I felt kind of fatigued this morning when I went to the mainly I believe it's more than the walking. It was like I did not eat my usual food for the 3 days I was away. You know, no man. Mark Jacob, what's going on? I wish. I wish. How to quit materialistic world. I wish, brother. I wish. I just wake up very early in the morning. I get out of the shower, and I jump on this thing. And yeah, but it's funny, bro. It's funny. I like that. Yeah, man. Look, I don't know. I just felt fatigued this morning, and I just went with it still. So I said, you know what? It's no point for me to try to lift the world today, you know. And I was like, you know what? Let me get the 10 kg dumbbells and just let me rep this thing with the best technique I can do, right? I want to stay on the super safe side because I'm fatigued, but still I want to put the work in. Yeah, I still have the desire to train, so I have to adjust accordingly. Yes, does it make sense? But how to quit smoking is a good question, actually. Um, if I'm real with you, I guess you gotta go cold turkey. You know, you gotta go cold turkey on that thing, and train and drink a lot of water, and keep yourself busy, and do a lot of sort of like meditation, and keep your mind busy. I guess in a couple of weeks you're out of it, right? So, but I guess if you want it, you do it easy. I guess my dad quit smoking after 50 years of smoking. I'm not even joking. He was like 67 years old when he quit smoking, and he was a heavy smoker. One day went to the doctor, he came back and he was like, I can't smoke anymore. And he just went cold turkey on that thing. And I'm very proud of my dad. I'm very, very proud of him. Yeah, man. Now it's 72, I guess. Yeah, 72. So that's like what? Like 5 years. That's tremendous for my dad. Tremendous effort. So, if my dad did it, I guess anybody can do it, right? And, as long as, if it works for you, and if it's your way to release stress, I'd rather you, look, I don't want to say these things because YouTube might ban me and stuff like that, but look, I'm against pills, right? And what I have to be careful what I say, that when I get sick, really sick, I take pills, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get medication, right? I get pharmaceutical stuff, but I have to be very sick. If I am healthy, right, I'm not taking any pills for nothing, right? That's my principle, perhaps. Brother, vaping, you know what? Like, vaping is funny because I remember like 9 years ago, 10 years ago, you can say, when these things were starting to, to be seen around, you would see way more people vaping. Yep. And everybody, I remember my son was very little and there was a man vaping. We were outside. We were not indoor. Outside, like a pizzeria in London. My son must have been like 1. And this guy is vaping, yeah, in these massive clouds of vapes. And he turns, right? We moved still because, I don't like that smell anyway. But he turned and he's like, sorry, but don't worry. It's not dangerous. That was the thought at that time about vaping, that vaping wasn't bad. Trust me, 10 years ago, perhaps in London, people would vape to stop smoking cigarettes, but the idea was that it wasn't dangerous, right? And now this year's is coming out because probably people have been abusing it, maybe, possibly, like they were abusing cigarettes, right? But it's coming out that vaping is actually as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than smoking, right? I heard that, like, from real flipping doctors, you know what I'm saying? And real testimony of people I know that, the doctor told them, this was a lady, told her, please, go back to smoke cigarettes, right? Don't go crazy. Stay on the little side, but stop this vaping thing because it's destroying your lungs, So yeah, and brother, I guess, look, let me tell you this, yeah. Nobody's going to tell you how to do this or that, right? you're going to wake up one morning, you're going to throw that thing away, and you're just going to move on, right? You're going to feel funny for a week, a little bit maybe on the edgy side. So you have to be smart and like, if you know that for the first week you're going to be a little bit on the edgy side, and I can't find the word, man. Can you help me with the word? Because you stop smoking, so you're going to be irritable. Yeah, I guess the word is irritable, right? Don't hang out with people. You know, try to find your space. Tell people you love, right? Right. I'm going to be a little bit irritable. Be patient with me for 10 days, 2 weeks, and I'm going to be out of it, and it's going to be cool, right? As long as you communicate with the people you got. If you don't tell the people around you, and you're going to just scream at people, because that's what's going to happen, right? Because my dad, when he was younger, he tried to stop smoking, but after like half a day, me and my brothers will go, Dad, please smoke, because he was crazy, like he was very irritable, because that's what it does, the nicotine, right? It's not because my dad was crazy, it's just the nicotine that is like that. And so yeah, communicate with the people you love. Tell them, look, it's going to be rough for like 2 weeks, but they're going to understand you stop smoking, bro. So they're going to love it, actually. So they're going to be understanding, and you just go through it cold turkey, and in 2 weeks you out. Yeah, but I've heard that too. Yeah. It's easier to quit vaping. So just, yeah, let's go. Find sports, start training. Start training, you know. Find a coach, start training. Get yourself into a discipline. Uh, don't have empty time. Keep active mentally and physically, both together ideally, or one or the other, but just keep that brain moving and that blood flowing. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Just tell everyone. Just tell everyone. You know, look, I quit smoking. I quit coffee recently for my third time, because I've been knowing that coffee is really bad for me for years. And I think the first time I quit coffee was like 10 years ago. But then my wife drinks coffee. She loves it. I can't tell her, don't drink your coffee, right? I can't do that. And the smell of coffee, and after like 6 to 9 months of stopping, I would go back at it. And the good thing was that every time it would be less and less and less. So this time, to me, that is going to be the final one. It wasn't too hard. However, you're going to be a little bit foggy for like 2 weeks. It depends on the person. It depends on you, right? But me, I will tell people, because I don't want people to think that I'm an idiot, or you know what I'm saying? I communicate. People will talk to me and say, I'm sorry, I just quit coffee, right? And I feel a bit foggy. And people, oh, it's fine, don't worry. And people understand it, right? Yeah. And now I'm out of it, and you won't believe it. So coffee is a stimulant, right? I quit coffee and I replaced it with chamomile, right? Chamomile, which is relaxing, but because it's good for your intestine, it's good, you know, it relax your stomach. It's nice, it's good, you know, early in the morning on empty stomach. But it's the opposite, right? Of caffeine, right? People drink it before going to bed. Although you got to be careful, because if you take too much of it, it actually agitates you. But in little quantity, you know, if that little bag, you know, the bag, the chamomile bag, you leave it in like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That is tremendous. And that's what I do. Just 30 seconds in there, so it's not too strong. because it might have the opposite effect on you. So that for me, early in the morning, so from going cold turkey coffee, I went to actually something that relaxed me. And what I figured out is that first and foremost, I wake up way before everyone else in the house. I need 1 or 2 hours by myself when I wake up before everybody else wake up. Meaning, if my family wakes up at 7, at least I wake up at 6, because I need to get my head together. I can't wake up having people calling me. I got small kids. The moment my kids wake up, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. So I need that me time, and I just come downstairs. I let the dogs out. I drink my chamomile. I just lay on the sofa. I watch the news. I watch some bodybuildings, you know. And that chamomiles initially really relax me. Like allows me to wake up nice and slowly, right? That's why I need to be by myself, right? It allows me to just getting into myself gently, right? And after that chamomiles wears out, I am very energetic actually. And I'm not trying to believe it. Then I have my breakfast. Between my chamomile and my breakfast, I'll allow an hour, roughly, yeah. So and also I like to have breakfast with my family in the morning around 7:30 in the morning. We have breakfast together, and after that, I actually feel my breakfast kicking in after 1 hour. And I'm ready to perform. I'm honest. I'm ready to rock and roll. And my breakfast is like 2 eggs, some cream of rice or some rice cakes, and a little bit of olive oil and some honey. And that is me for breakfast. Yeah. No, brother. If you water lily, if you talking about the caffeine there, it's worse. It's not just a week. It's not a week. It's not a week. The first time I quit coffee, because when I was a endurance athlete, amateur, yeah, I never was a professional athlete, but amateur, where my life just rotate around my training regime. That's it, right? I abused caffeine because I had a full-time job. I had a part-time job. At that time, personal training was my part-time job. And I had my Ironman training, my endurance training, which was rough and tough, you know. And I abused caffeine to get everything done, right? But I couldn't take it anymore, you know. I just couldn't take it anymore. And when I quit that, you can believe it or not, this is my experience, and I read about caffeine a lot, so look it up. I was foggy for like 3 months. I'm not even kidding. But I would drink 6 to 7 coffee a day. I'm Italian. It's average here. You'll be shocked. People drink like coffee all day, right? So I'm nothing special or crazy. It's standard. During the Ironman, I will go even higher than that, right? Because I will use gels with caffeine, because I will go to work. I would do like a 8 to 5 shift, which was really a 8 to 6:30. I would get home, and then I would go run 20K. But I would be flipping, tired. I would be, do you know what I'm saying? But then that coffee and gel would help me to wake me up and get my legs going. Do you know what I mean? And but anyway, I abuse the flipping caffeine, bro. And I'm so happy I'm out of it. So the first time when I quit from that amount of caffeine, believe me, it lasted months of lack of focus, fogginess. You feel like you just a little bit slow. Do you know what I'm saying? And also you feel like the world moves in a pace that you're not used to. It's hard to explain though. It's hard to explain. I don't know if I'm making sense. But that's the feeling you got. It's like the pace of the world changes and you have to adapt to it. And I guess your brain reacts with a little bit of fogginess. It doesn't recognize the pace, you know? And obviously it's due to blood flow to the brain and everything due to the caffeine, but it's weird, it's hard, and but it had to be done in my case. Do I love coffee? I adore coffee. That's my problem. I could take showers of coffee. Like, seriously, if I didn't have negative effects, if it wasn't bad for me, if it wasn't what it is, and just the taste of it, and if it was something healthy, seriously, because and there are healthy side of it as well, because it did really help me with my Ironman preparation. You know, it served the purpose for the time needed. So there are benefits from caffeine. But me, I got to the point it wasn't doable, and now I got down to, I was drinking coffee, but I got down to one coffee early morning per day. That's it. From like 7, 8 to just one at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., around that time. But it was destroying my stomach because me, I love it. The first thing I do when I wake up, right? I used to do. I wake up, toilet, right? Coffee. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to hear the news. I don't want to know nothing. I just want to go to the toilet and have my coffee. And then, after sometimes, the world can start around me. That was my routine. But the coffee on empty stomach, it destroys the stomach. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Look, you're better off without. You're better off without. It's going to be, I would say, with the caffeine, obviously I believe that the cold turkey is the best way. However, if your lifestyle does not allow you to be too sort of dizzy, I don't know if this is the word, but with the fogginess in the brain, reduce it a little bit, right? If you drink 5, get to 3, get used to 3, get to 2, get used to 2, get 1, get used to 1, and then eventually you quit, and it's gonna be gentle. You're gonna be ready. You're gonna be able to do it. You're gonna be able to do it. It's not gonna be impossible. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. If it bothers you, if you need to, if you don't enjoy it anymore, if you do enjoy it, and you get the benefit out of it, you don't have any side effect that I started having from it, with moderation, anything can be done. Yeah. I had problem at work, bro. Yes, I do, my friend. I love life. I love life, but that occasionally means that I might go months without drinking it. Yeah, give you an example. I drank alcohol this weekend. I went with my wife. Me and my wife, we went on holidays alone without the kids. We left the kids with the in-laws, with my wife family, lovely, adorable, great people, and we went to Gaeta, just us. I can't remember last time it happened. So I'm gonna enjoy life. But before that, I think I think I didn't even drink alcohol during winter, during Christmas this year. So I went on for quite some time without alcohol. I perform way better without alcohol. You know, I do not perform well with alcohol in my system. But I know it. Like I knew I wasn't going to train. I wanted to have good time with my wife. I wanted to take her out, get good dinner, and have a beautiful bottle of wine with it. Right? Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Just somebody answer. Right or wrong to what I just said. Right? I was on holidays. I just wanted to have a good dinner with my wife with a beautiful bottle of wine next to it. And there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah? If you can manage it, right? Why not? Yeah, man, for sure. 100%. You know what I mean? I didn't kill nobody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a good man. You know, I'm a sport person. I'm not like a priest or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, with all respect, you know. And it was awesome, I have to say. And this is the thing, right? Because I never drink. I never drink. I'm on a calorie deficit. I drank that alcohol, bro. I got so funny with my wife. It was beautiful. We had a beautiful time. I was still in control, of course. I still got to go to the hotel room. It was beautiful, and we started laughing, and we started walking around town. We got lost. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was awesome. You know, if you know how to use your things are beautiful. If you don't abuse them, things are beautiful, man. Things are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Do you know? Guys, please like and subscribe. I hope you're subscribing because I really enjoy your company. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah. Yeah, guys, hang out. And you don't have to, but there is a link on the description to donate to the channel if you want to. You don't have to. It's just people don't read descriptions, you know. Who reads descriptions? I don't read descriptions. But you got to put it on there, right? You got to put it in. You got to put something. It helps the algorithm, they say. I don't know. What's going on outside? My dogs are going bananas. You hear the dog? The dogs are going bananas. And also, guys, I started it already with my clients, with my people. The 15 weeks program, guys, to get shredded for the summer. So shout me, contact me, and let's get into it. I train people, bro. I can do that. So, any more questions? I liked it tonight. Lots of questions. That's beautiful. Yeah, let me look back if there's anything that I missed on the chat. That was a good question. How to quit materialistic world. Damn, bro, that's deep. How do you answer that? That's deep, bro. How to quit materialistic world. Damn. I guess you stop buying things, man. Look, Ronnie Coleman used to say, there's nothing to it but do it. Or something along those lines. I don't know if that's even right. Something along the line. There's nothing to it but to do it. Right? You want to stop materialistic thing. Don't buy no more. Don't buy things no more. Don't look at things no more. Don't worry. Meditate. Find a spiritual. You have to find even. For sure, if you have this desire, I want to assume. You are into like a spiritual sort of way of living. So get into that. You gotta find a way to occupy your mind. Yeah. If for all your life materialistic stuff, material things occupy your mind, you can just delete that and leave your mind empty. You have to occupy your mind. You're an incredible specimen of a creature. Human beings, brothers, Homo sapiens, whatever you want to call yourself, right? You are an incredible result of whatever, but still incredible, adaptable, durable, strong, agile, intelligent, smart. You got everything on you, brother. We are the dominant, in a wrong way sometimes. However, we are the most advanced and most dominant creature on the planet. That's it. Simple as that. We are tremendous flipping creatures. And because of that, it's like the same thing. Have you ever had like a border collie? Or an incredible, intelligent animal? I have a border collie. My beautiful Martha. Where is she? She's outside. She's something amazing, my dog. Right? But now she's kind of calming down. She's 10 years old. She's much, much calmer now. But when she was young, if you did not entertain her somehow through very long walks, playing with her, just entertain that brain, she would go ballistic. She would bark all day. She would destroy my son little toys, because that brain had to be occupied by something. All that intelligence can't be wasted. That intelligence gonna find something to use itself, right? And that intelligence sometimes, when it's bored as flip and flop, right, to not swear, right, it might pick on wrong subjects because he can't find anything else. He's just bored. There's nothing to do, right? And I got this super functional brain that understands things in a very, very deep way, with this deep consciousness, right? And I'm not using it. I'm not working. All this magic inside this skull, and I'm not making nothing happen, right? So I'm going to create I'm going to create a difficult environment around me so I have something to conquer, right? I don't know if I made sense. In my world, I made sense. But you got to occupy that brain. No materials, you go find something else, bro. You have to find something else to occupy that brain. That's it. Occupy it. No, I love it, man. I love it. To stay here and get some philosophy books, brother. Study biology, get your exactly 100%. You know what I'm saying? You gotta occupy that brain, bro. Get to training. Look, I am absolutely miserable when I don't train. And I can tell you that 100% of the people I know, people I train, 100% of the people that I had any type of interaction with, all benefit all benefit. All the ones that tried training, they all tremendously benefit from it mentally, even more than physically. You see people after you train for a month or 2 months, and you see your body shaping even a tiny bit. You'll be walking around with a different energy. Your level of confidence will increase. Your belief system will increase because you're like, oh my God, I'm doing something. It will be new to you, and it will be so good, and that will create that momentum, and that will translate into your job, will translate into your love life, to whatever you're into. That training, that little changes in your body, energy level, because training you will have more energy, all that will create a momentum that is, you got to try it to believe it. 100%, guys. I'm not joking. If you don't know me, if you're new to this, all my childhood, I was, not all my childhood, from 5 to 13, I was heavily obese. Yeah, man, sure. Yeah. Get in on the Discord. That's, I think, the best way. It's the best value for money, because it's 10 euros, right? It's 10 euros. So what do you do with 10 euros this day, right? And obviously it's not like, obviously I don't do one-to-one, one-on-one, right? But I'm there. I'm always available for chatting, for mentoring, for light coaching, and tips on techniques. And but look, for you, obviously you got to be plus 18. I hope you are. And for you, that you'll be my first Discord, because I'm new to this YouTube. Yeah, you can tell. I can give you, I give you a month of coaching. Yeah, I give you this present, right? So for a month, I will set you that you will train for like a year with improvements. Yeah, think about it. Thank you for even thinking about it. So where were we? So training is amazing. Training saves people's life. I mean, you can type on YouTube sports, motivation, alcohol, or drugs, or something, some keywords, right? There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of videos of people that changed their life, that were alcoholic, they started running, that were drug addicts, they started doing crazy things, that were in a bad spot, they started training, and training changed their life. Millions, I want to say. Millions, and there are testimony everywhere. So sports single-handedly save lives every day, right? What does to you? I'll be honest with you guys, because if you lie, sooner or later, right? If I don't train, right, I have problems with anger management, right? I have an exuberant amount of energy that if I don't use in strong ways, right, I struggle to manage it, and I might snap on people. And for snapping on people, I don't mean I shout on people. I don't swear at people ever. I don't get physical with people ever. It's just my mood is very different. I'm more dry and edgy, and I feel like I'm waiting for something to happen to be able to explode and let this energy go. And that's the worst way right? To manifest this energy that I've got, right? When I train, I'm an angel. I help elderly. I give the money to the guy. When I train, I feel like I'm just an angel walking around. Like I feel like armless. Like I feel like even if somebody was gonna flip me on the street, I will laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I drain my energy in a positive way. When I walk around, I don't have that amount of energy. Therefore, I'm just peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I'm peaceful. And I adore being peaceful. It's so good to be walking around peaceful. It's crazy. It's crazy, you know. It's magical. It's magical. But look, I'm not a psychologist. I'm none of that, right? So I do not know. That's why I always say, although I've had clients that, all my clients, benefit tremendously. And this is YouTube. You gotta be careful you talk to here, right? YouTube might ban you for silly things. I always refer to myself, right? But in my case, for my mental health, training is, I can't go without. It's not that it's like a must do. And most people would be shocked with how many people are the same. Some people manifest that energy smoking 100 cigarettes a day, or drinking half a gallon, 2 gallons of alcohol a day. That's still a way to manifest energy. You're keeping yourself busy, you're occupying that brain, you're doing something. You gotta occupy that brain, you gotta rewire that brain and utilize that incredible amount of energy you gifted the day you're born. The things that you can do, guys, are incredible. If you just give yourself a shot. You can do the most crazy things you want to do. Human bodies are just extremely capable and flexible and adaptable. If you catch the right approach for your body, and that's going to be done only through trial and errors, because nobody's got the magic wand. No, I can't tell you how to. I am aware of training principles are my things, right? I go by principle and logic, okay? Everyone is different. We're all different. Body shape, width of limbs, muscles attachment, ligaments attachment, everything. We're all very singular in this. So every single person needs, and you can round them up, of course, a little bit. However, there are so many ways to train a body, to develop a body, that the best way and the only way is trial and errors. You're gonna try a style. Through feedbacks, you figure out if it works. You will always see it through weight management, through look management. You will see if it works. If it don't work, it doesn't mean that we all wasted our time. And no, we're gathering data. That's what we're doing. We swapped one other style, right? Let's see. And even if that worked, we're gonna swap still, because I'm a believer in swapping around and monitoring, because the swapping in the approach of the exercise, not changing, not trying at 10,000 exercises. You don't need to learn 1,000 different movements. You need to learn the movements to develop muscles. The most efficient, the most practical, the most doable in your situation. If you're training at home, if you're training in a gym, it's going to be different. But you're still going to be able to put on a tremendous workout, whatever you are. And that's it. And then eventually, in due time, in most cases, 6 months, but this is a year's project. It's not, this is a lot. My clients stay with me for 7 years, 8 years, right? Because this is a long-term thing. We do the cut during the summer together. We do the bulk together. We do everything together. We develop this body together. I am developing my body as we speak. You know what I'm saying? What I sell, I eat. Bang on, you know what I'm saying? No problemos. But eventually you're going to figure out what style suits you better. Some people sooner, some people later. Regardless, however, you're going to get there. And then you're going to play with that style. You're going to favor it. You're still going to mix it up because you're going to stagnate on that style eventually as well, because that's how the body works. The body adapts. It's going to get to a point where he adapted. Done. Well done. Switch on it. Push another adaptation. You have to keep pushing adaptation to a progressive overload through shocking the body and all that. Do you guys agree? Can somebody say yes? And I'm happy I got to talk to this because I'm a massive bodybuilders fan, right? I just love their characters. I'm a fan, right? And talking about, we're all different. Talking about Serge Nubret, the Black Panther, famous French bodybuilder from the 70s era, mid-70s. Yeah, I'll answer this. Let me just finish because otherwise I lose my train of thoughts. 1975. In 1975, he competed in Mr. Olympia against Arnold, and that year Arnold Schwarzenegger won the competition. However, Serge Nubret from France was the guy with the best body during that time. Yeah. Look, go check it up. Is a politician. It's a politics story. Arnold had to win that Mr. Olympia. Let's just put it like that. And I'm a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I idolize him. It's just the way it is. Political reason, money reason, business reason. Arnold had to win that competition. They suspended Serge Nubret from the competition 15 days out. He goes into depression. He stops eating and train. And like a couple of days before they revoked the suspension, now he can participate. He shows up much lighter than his usual, and he comes second. Why am I talking about Serge Nubret? Serge Nubret would mainly or only eat horse meat and red meat. He would eat 600 grams of proteins a day. Do you hear what I'm trying to say to you? he would only eat that. And he would use moderate weight. It wouldn't go super heavy, but it would do, yesterday I said something wrong. I said he would do bench press for 4 hours. It was wrong. I just misspoke. He would do 40 reps of bench press. With a moderate weight, just one movement, bench press. 40 reps. Not 40 reps, sorry. 40 sets of 20. And that was it for the chest. And if you go check, and that was his approach to training. And if you hear any of his interviews, it was like, there was nothing, he states that there are a lot of interviews on the web where he says, my approach wasn't scientific. My approach was instinctual, like an animal. Yeah, it was very instinctual in his training methods. He would, so he developed his approach. He wouldn't do any cardio, because what he would do, it would stack 40 sets, 40 of 20 reps in an hour. And he said, that was my cardio. I would take 30 to 40 seconds rest in between. That was my cardio. Go look up his body. People in the industry, fanatics of bodybuilding, regard him as the best body of all time. Maybe that is exaggerated. For me, there are other bodies that I favor, but he had an absolute magnificent body with tremendous everything, very tiny waist. He was an absolute statue. He was a Greek god. Like, if you want to imagine it, imagine a Greek god, just more ripped and straight and bigger. You know, was an absolute animal. Serge Nubret, exactly. The Black Panther. An absolute animal of a man. Beautiful specimen of a human being. Respected in Europe more than the US. And he never won Mr. Olympia, if you want to know. But at that time, everybody knew the backstory of Arnold being favored and what they did to him. And Arnold did the same to Serge Oliva in a different extent, but it did a similar thing to Serge Oliva as well. So I don't blame people for doing their business. I'm just reporting what happened. But what is incredible is that against and in absolute opposition to, let's say, the Mike Mentzer style, that where he favors one set, right, of anything, one set, Serge Nubret will have a magnificent body doing 40 sets of 20 reps with 80 kg for the bench press. I watched a beautiful interview of him today on YouTube because I want to be prepared for tonight's show. And he explains it deeply. He would grab the 80 kg. That's it. 1 hour with that 80 kg. There are 20 years old kids that take steroids in your local gym that lift 100 kg, 120 kg. 80 kg is nothing. I can do 1 rep with the 80. It's not a crazy amount of weight for these people. Not at all. It's a moderate amount. It would do 40 flipping sets of 20 reps within an hour with that thing. That's crazy. And you check his chest. If you look at his pictures, look at his chest. Look at the size of that chest and the development, the fullness. And check those shoulders and that tiny waist and the abs, the midsection, lats. He was an extremely complete athlete. Extremely well proportioned, blessed with tremendous genetic. And he had these crazy ideas and he didn't care about anything else. You know, he would eat 6 pounds of, I'm not good with pounds of or anything, but he would eat 4 kilos of meat a day. So it was one of those first keto guy, if you want to look at it. And it would do intermittent fasting. So it was how do you say, someone that came before something. He was doing something without knowing he was doing something because nobody knew about these things. I tried keto, it don't work for me. I think you have to have a genetic predisposition and you have to strongly believe in it, like anything else. You have to embrace it really, really strongly with your mind. You gotta really, really, really believe it. And you gotta eat vegetables. But to me, I don't perform well on keto. I just don't. I perform extremely well on carbs, but I'm a Mediterranean, my DNA, you know. I'm from Sicily. We've been eating pasta and rice since forever. Since Jesus left Chicago, as they say. In New Jersey to say that, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so why am I talking about it? To tell you. Don't be afraid. If you do it with me, you don't have to worry. Because you're going to try all different methods. And I'm talking about training methods. I'm not going to get you to eat 4 kgs of meat. Don't worry about it. No. I'm talking about training. I'm talking about action. You're going to figure out. We're going to figure, as long as you stay consistent. Because me, if I don't get good, I don't hide behind fingers, and I don't like to waste anybody's time, you know. And I've been like this for the past few years, maybe 3 years, 4 years, and I love it, you know. Consistency is key. Yeah. So if you embrace this, there has to be an element of consistency. And missing once a week is not consistency to me. Consistency is every day for 15 weeks. That's consistency. If you don't do it, then you did not give yourself the right shot. So, attempt failed, you do not know how your body reacts to certain things. If you're not consistent. 15 weeks is not crazy. You can get absolutely shredded in 15 weeks. Naturally, with nothing. Just some water and good food. You can get absolutely shredded in 15 weeks. Oh, and Chef Alou, where are you from, Water Lily? I'm from Palermo. Yeah. But now I gotta go. Look, I got to go, guys. I think was my best. Giada, devi mangiare tu adesso? O vai fuori?
Vado fuori, devo fare prima una cosa di sopra, continua un po'.
Ah, okay. I'm from Sicily, from Palermo. Oh, brother, one of my favorite places. Amsterdam. I think I was, I think I've been 3-4 times when I was in my 20s, you know. You know what I'm saying? And you might as well imagine why, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be here like, I'm not saint. I'm not boring, bro. You know? I didn't grow up in a glass. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not one of them like, no, brother, I'm a human being. I know how to have fun. I know how to chill. I know all the tricks of the world. Do you know what I mean? But I love training. I'm a dedicated. There was a time for it, and I loved it. And apart from that, which I really did enjoy at that time, but I was young. The city is beautiful. Amsterdam is actually beautiful. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Beautiful. Beautiful walks. It's tremendous. It's nice. It's walkable. Like you can walk the whole town. It's not a big thing walking around. In a day, you walked it all. No, would you say? No, apart from jokes, it's beautiful. It's a very cute, I can say, little town. It's not a big town. That's why you got so many bicycles, yeah. Look, I just like it. I haven't been in a long time. I've not been in a long time. But I think I'll go back. Why not? Why not? There's no problems. And what do you do in Amsterdam? Do you train? Are you active? In the meantime, we got a 50-50 on the did you train today? 50% says yes. 50% says no. Yeah. Yeah. I never been. Look, my family is from Palermo, but I was brought up in the north of Italy, in Milan. Yeah. And then, so I don't really know Sicily that much. I've been to Palermo a couple of times. I don't even remember it very well because my family just moved on and just moved on, you know. I don't have the Sicilian accent. I'm actually have a Milan, very strong northern accent. And I don't know Sicily very much. So Cefalù, I know it's beautiful. I've seen pictures. I've seen everybody say that, but I've never been. Oh, Nero d'Avola, yeah. Oh, yeah. Giada, what wine did we have? Cesanese?
Sì. No, where?
On holidays.
The bottle?
The bottle, yeah.
It
Was it a
Chianti.
Chianti?
It was Chianti.
I had a beautiful bottle of Chianti. Adorable. But look, I don't want to be promoting alcohol, yeah? I'm just here saying there is time for everything. If you can't manage alcohol because you're not able of drinking a glass and move on, right? Don't drink it. It's dangerous, right? If you're subject to addiction, right? find something else. There are so many alternatives. It doesn't have, it doesn't mean that your life has to be honest with you. I don't need it to have fun, right? It's romantic. You have a dinner with your life. Are you gonna order water? You're gonna get yourself a beautiful steak. So you calling a waitress, right? And you're gonna tell him with this face, you're gonna tell him, give me a beautiful steak with some still water. That's what you're gonna do. I can't do that. It's not my character. If the guy kicks me out, is right. No, right? There is a place for everything. I'm ordering a steak. Yeah? You get me a good bottle of red wine next to it. Right? That's how I see it. Simple as that. That's how I see it, We are fit people. Right? I'm a fit person. I can perform movements. I can express agility and strength, mobility and power, right? I'm not living my life inside a box or inside a glass. You gotta live that life, bro. Find the method, find the balance, train hard, and let's rock and roll, bro. Let's rock and roll. So you have weights at home, but do you use them? Yeah. Look, I've got to go now, because, check out tomorrow, right? Around the same time, yeah? And I drop you a workout you can do with the dumbbells tomorrow. You can take notes. You can do it. I'll go deep into it. Everyone else can find it helpful too. So it's going to be good. Then you try it out. Right? Good night. Nice to meet you. God bless. Stay strong. Keep lifting. Let's go. Not playing. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.